Hey, if your dad can't relate to at least one of these films, you need to find yourself a new dad. He'll watch all 6 films back to back and immediately start going to the gym for a month. Also, if he says he didn't buy gloves or a punching bag when he saw it in cinemas, he's either lying or he's not your dad. He'll put this on just so he can say things like, they can't make films like this anymore. Also see Revenge of the Nerds, Airplane, The Naked Gun, a list of films that he thinks they can't get made anymore. Truth is, they can't. Your dad will watch this and then buy a poster they're not allowed to hang anywhere in the house. He 100% in his mind believes he could easily do all of the things that John McClane did. He's never been to war, but he did get PTSD after watching this. Ask him why he grew his hair out that one time. This is the reason. Play this if you want your dad to be completely silent for 2 hours, breaking only that silence by the occasional, "Oh, geez." He loves this film, but will vehemently deny it if you ask him about it. Also, see here and here. This is the reason why your white dad has a black dad friend, and your black dad has a white dad friend. Safe to say he's only seen about 90 seconds of this film. Multiple times, of course. The year this film came out was coincidentally the same year that your dad did steroids, just in case.
You son of a bitch!
This is the reason why he started playing golf. And because of it, he thought he was going to get laid. He loves this film, but he won't be able to properly articulate why. Now look, this is going to sound dark, but if he has a daughter, he secretly wishes that she gets kidnapped so he can reenact that phone call and save her. He will leave the room before the end credits, so you don't see him bawl his eyes out. He's definitely fantasized about building a baseball field in your backyard just so he could see the spirit of the Bambino and Barry Bonds, even though Barry Bonds is still alive, but don't fucking lie to me, you know it's true. Ask him. He'd be able to defuse that bomb. He gets sad watching this because he either A, has never become a rags to riches stockbroker, or B, he's never once solved a Rubik's Cube whilst on a 5-minute cab ride. This film is the reason why he won't let you get a dog, because this film made him sob like a baby and he refuses to confront any of his emotions or at least shed a tear in front of another human being. He's tried to buy a DeLorean once. Plus, he tried going 88 miles in a car park, but instead of being transported back to 1955, he got himself a speeding ticket. If your dad has any Scottish ancestry, he watches this 3 times a year. If ever at one point he became hyper-fixated on space travel and wormholes, and you couldn't figure out why, well, this is the answer. This is another one where he is convinced that he would be able to survive, if not thrive, on a deserted island. As a matter of fact, he probably wishes it was the case. At least he wouldn't get his balls busted by his missus for fishing. Every year he'll watch this around Christmas time, and he'll tell you that he watches it because of John and Judy, but secretly he watches it because of David and Natalie. Your dad still fantasizes about the alternate reality of him marrying Ellen Ripley instead of your mum. Don't ask him about it or he will raise his voice. He watched this once, and a year later he booked flights to Rome to get a sense of it, only to become disappointed because instead of ancient Romans and gladiators, the city's full of tourists and bootleg merchandise. Now for you, this is a post-apocalyptic horror, but for him, it's a fantasy. Buongiorno, grazie, Dominic De Coco. There was a week after he saw this film that your dad either thought about or did coke in his middle management corporate job and thought that that would help him either get a yacht, Quaaludes, or a white Lambo. He spoke eloquently and urgently as if he was in the middle of a heist for an entire month after he saw this film, be honest. The famous phrase,
"Funny how?"
This is the film where he got it from, and it's the same line that he's been using for the past 3 decades. Now, he'll never admit it, but he did think about becoming an undercover cop just so he could use swear words on the job. This is the only reason why your dad owns a suit. Also, if you're his daughter, the day you got married, I guarantee you he put that suit on, went downstairs into his study, and sat in darkness waiting for someone to come in and ask him for a favor. Have you ever seen your dad swim in water that goes past his nipples? Yeah. Neither have I. Your dad is convinced that Jack Nicholson is the best Joker of all time, and you can't convince him otherwise, which it is honestly really cute of him to think that, but we all know who the best Joker is. It's Jared. This is the reason he still owns a black leather overcoat. Plus, his life is kind of like the Matrix. Let's be real here. I mean, instead of Neo taking the red pill, your dad takes blue pills. If your dad likes this, he's probably short-sighted. He owns 3 PCs, 2 of which are collecting dust. Plus, he owns a $2,000 lightsaber that for your entire existence, you've not once been able to touch. 100% he took karate classes in the summer of 1984, and now he won't shut the fuck up about it because he got a brown belt. You know, this film is the sole reason why your dad even entertained the idea of seeing a therapist. Surely I'm missing some of these films out. Let me know in the comments which ones you think I missed out on, and I'll include them in the next video.